You're listening to Shoreditch Radio. shoreditchradio.co.uk.
Greetings and a very, 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 very warm welcome. Very warm welcome indeed to Bugbear's Rock and Roll High School. We're not going to hang around tonight. We're going to go straight into the greatest record ever made about a donut from Essex called Trevor.
Just 'cause I ain't never had no nothing worth having, never ever, never, ever. You ain't got no call not to think of what I'm falling to thinking I ain't too clever. And it ain't not having one thing, no, not another either, neither is it anything, whatever. And it's not knowing that there ain't nothing showing an answer to the name of Trevor. However, just 'cause I ain't never said no, nothing worth saying, never ever, never, never, ever. Things I got read into what I never said till my mouth becomes me head, which ain't not all that clever. And it's not saying one thing, no, not another either, neither is it anything I haven't said, whatever. And it ain't not proving that me mind ain't moving an answer to the name of Trevor. However, knock me down with a feather, clever Trevor. Why brows wonder whether clever Trevor's clever. Either have they got, no neither haven't not got no right to make a clock out of Trevor. Why should I feel bad about something I ain't had? Such stupidness is mad, cause nothing underfoot comes to nothing less to add to a load of old toot. And on off, not off glad, cause there's nowhere to put it. Even if I had, I'm a bit of a Jack the lad. Me down with a feather, clever Trevor. Why brows wonder whether clever Trevor's clever. Either have they got, no neither haven't not got no right to make a clock out of Trevor. Also, it takes much longer to get up north, the slow way.
Yeah, baby. Enduring the blockheads, clever Trevor. Oh, isn't that good? Yeah, so this is Bugbear's Rock and Roll High School once again. Shoreditch Radio hipsters, hi there. And all those of you on Mixcloud and whatever other forum you come to us through. So here I am, sitting amongst the dust and the books and the naughty boys. I'm Mr. Tony, the tumescent head of sixth form humour. And my colleague, the physical ed and punk rock head of Dept, Old Wiggy.
Hello.
Or,
I don't know why I said it like that for.
Hello. Or as the young Shireen, the ginger captain of the soccer team calls him, he who must be obeyed. He who must be in the pub too long, judging by this introduction. Enjoying the blockheads. Did you enjoy hearing Clever Trevor?
I did. Had a long time since I've heard it, actually.
Oh.
Don't hear that name around very often these days, Trevor, do you?
No.
Not from anyone under the age of, say...
It's like sort of Keith, isn't it? One of them.
Yeah.
But greatest foolish record ever made, I'm saying. New Boots and Panties, nothing foolish about that. A spectacularly wonderful LP. Underrated in the extreme, that item, I feel. There'd be no madness without that kind of record, I feel. And
you feel quite a lot tonight, don't you, Tony?
I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling it. God bless the blockheads. And Baxter Jury's new stuff's good too. You been grooving on that at all?
I haven't, no.
We'll groove on it, baby.
Yeah, well, enlighten me next time, Tony.
Okay then. So a sort of slight April Fool's theme you may have spotted. Sort of a pinch and a punch the first of the month, Chris, because we're probably going out around that time. We never know. We like to maintain the illusion that we are live in the old, dusty old school with the moonlight kind of twinkling over the lake. But of course we're not. It's pre-recorded, so that would be,
Well, actually, I've got a copy of today's Times in front of me that says April the 1st, 2012.
There you
are.
So yeah, no need for that. So April Fool's theme then, yeah. So I must admit, it pinched and punched the first of the month. I sort of feel like I've been punched a bit this week, to be honest.
Really? Not had a good week?
Yeah, I'm feeling the pinch as well.
Oh dear.
It all went wrong this week. I've burnt me toast first thing Monday morning. It's all gone downhill ever since that.
That's probably a song in there for Ian during the blockheads, if you could get poor Ian back, of course.
Of course, this isn't very upbeat personality radio type stuff, is it? Kind of how shit you feel. So let's not do that. So actually, I'm in a very good humour, strangely good humour. Yourself, Wiggles?
Yes, well, I went to last night, 8 days ago, whatever it will be, come April the 1st, to see Queen's Park Rangers against Liverpool. And as a QPR fan myself, I was quite delighted to see us come down from 2-0 and score 3 goals in 30 minutes at the end to beat Liverpool, who happen to be my other half's team. So I've been sleeping in the shed the last couple of nights, but apart from that, it's been great.
I always had a problem with Liverpool, actually, because all the sort of like head boy types, all the kind of like smarmy prefect types, always supported Liverpool. For some reason in the West Country, I don't know why that would be. So when I saw Chelsea beat them 4-0 in about 1995, I decided to support Chelsea. Now, this week is Leyton Orient, who knows? Who knows who I'm going to support next week?
Well, maybe come along down to Loftus Road, Tony, and enlighten
Do you think
yourself.
I'm ripe for the plucking?
Well,
perhaps?
I mean, I think you're definitely, because I spent a lot of last night hugging and kissing strangers, and I think you'd be well up for a bit of that.
Yeah, I would be, actually.
Frottage, I think
I've always been up for that. Frottage. Yeah, I'm a fiend for frottage. Have you any more football talk?
Well, I mean, God, I don't want to
Here we go again.
load
Sorry,
anymore.
listener. Yeah.
But well, obviously, the big story of the week, as far as football was concerned, was the guy from Bolton, Fabrice Muamba, who
Terrible business.
it was like seconds away from death by all accounts. But happy ending. He's now sat up and talking, and apparently his dad came in and he asked what he was doing there, and his dad told him the game had been abandoned. He said, "Oh, what was that then?"
Oh, really? Well,
Right.
that's good.
Okay,
then.
Fabrice.
We wish him well.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't got little sort of badly written on white vests under our shirts that we're going to reveal, when we score a goal to say, pray for him.
Yeah.
Because we're not playing a game of football.
No.
So that would be silly.
Well, I've got one anyway, just
Have
in
you?
case.
Okay, all right. But yeah, we do pray for him. Well, we would if we believed in God, at least. Yeah.
Well, speak for yourself.
All right, I will. I can only do that, actually. So let's have some music. That's enough bloody waffle. So we're going to start now with something new. This is a band called Stillman. There's 3 in a row now, actually. So stay with us. Listen to these 3 tunes. We've got a little sandwich here, kind of like a sort of psychedelic country rock prog pop sandwich, if
Yeah.
you will. And it starts with the fantastic Stillman and their track Eaton Mess. Lovely. Country rock, anyone? Weren't expecting that, were you? This is Bugbear's Rock and Roll High School.
I wasn't expecting that, and I read the tunes, and I still wasn't expecting that.
Well, I've ripped up the script this week. I don't think there's a rock and roll song in the Rock and Roll High School this week. But anyway...
Well, that's the first rule of rock and roll.
That's the first rule of rock and roll. No rock and roll this week. So the lights days don't get me far enough away. You can see the lights. That was the last piece of music you heard. You can see them play Dublin Castle on the 5th of April alongside a band called The Badge, Turning Plates and Ozona. That's on the 5th of April in the Dublin Castle, Camden Town. On the 6th of April in the same venue, Dublin Castle, Camden Town, the band Stillman, who you heard first from their Eton Mess EP, they'll be playing that night alongside Sonic Rising, more of whom later. The Furious Sound Agenda and As Thick as Thieves. And by the way, all these tickets can be purchased on www.wegottickets.com. Go to www.bugbearbookings.com. It's all linked up there, and it's all...
Oh, you can even pay on the door if you want.
You could even pay on the door. Yeah. And in between those two, we inserted the lovely Flying Burrito Brothers' High Fashion Queen, just because we thought, well, that was a nice bridge, really.
Yeah.
A lovely bridge. So, discuss the above.
Discuss the above. Well, yeah, inserting burritos, I mean, that comes up all sorts of interesting images, none of which we want to go into here. But yeah, I mean, they're well, what are they, Tony? Because I'll be quite honest, I don't really know anything about
Graham
them at all.
Parsons, man. Oh, don't worry about that. What did you think of Stillman? You weren't keen on that, were you? Or
No,
you
I
were?
said
No, sorry.
No, I said it's a grower. I mean,
Okay.
I only had the privilege of listening to it once. I quite enjoy it. I mean, I thought it was a very interesting track, and I think it's one of those ones where second or third play, you're sort of like going, yeah,
I think it's
that's really
great,
good.
although it does other stuff on the EP gets very proggy and almost Yes-like in places. But on that particular tune, I like there's some very adept.
Don't mind a bit of prog. Caravan,
Yeah.
obviously.
Here we go again. But it's a very adept Eric Clapton, Circa Cream type guitar playing on that. I quite like that. And
I've just realised the Burrito Brothers. Sorry,
Yeah.
I had a bit of a night last night after the game, and
whatever. You had a bit of a night.
Yeah.
Uber pop country thing, The Lights. Was that for you, or was that? Do you think we're getting a bit kind of like a mumbling and a bumbling around midnight with this week's show?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was interesting. Again, sorry, that's turning to Steve Davis here, but no, I quite enjoyed it. I'm not a massive country fan, although
You're not a massive country fan. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. Okay.
but the country have come up with some classic song titles.
Oh yeah.
I went to bed at 2 with a 10 and woke up at 10 with a 2. It's one of my favourites, but the all-time favourite is "You're the Reason Our Kids Are Ugly."
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, but
that's
there you go.
fantastic. That's poetry, I suppose. I mean, I think country music has got that kind of weird, twisted, poetic intent to it that is quite something. Okay, so let's look back. We did a sort of St. Patrick's Night special last time. That was quite good fun, wasn't it?
It was indeed. I did, to be sure. I did.
And people have been tweeting. We're on the Twitter feed.
Okay.
Twitter, at Bugbear Music. You're at Chris __
Charles. Yes, that's
at
right.
Chris __ Charles. I've had. Well, who have we had? We've got Michael from Camden Town here on the Twitter feed. He's saying, "Oh, thanks for playing the classic Baby Please Don't Go by them. A big favourite of his featuring Van Morrison, because he says he used to back Van Morrison. Oh no, hang on, he's backing his van into Morrison's to buy some cheap beer that's near its sell-by date. So
that's
sorry.
a cheap gag, Tony.
Got that one wrong. And I've got a bit of a negative tweet here for balance from
Surely
Stinky
not.
Pete in Brixton saying he
Sounds like a
spills
made-up
on
name
about
to me.
Marxian analysis, and then he says we're crap. And he says, you're just a music pimp, he says.
What, to me or you?
Well, to me, I think. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
But all right, Stinky, come down to Dublin Castle sometimes, talk to the bands and call them whores and see how far you get.
Yeah.
I would say to Stinky there. And I'd also
Well, anyone
say
who calls
to,
himself Stinky Pete, I mean, I wouldn't put too much.
Can you pass me my fedora and crocodile shoes, please?
Yeah,
as
sure.
well,
Just give me a second.
Yeah.
There you go.
And Supersonic Psy, our most favourite fervent listener, and tweeter par excellence, says, when are you going to get some magazine on the syllabus?
Yeah, when are we?
When are we going to get some magazine on the syllabus? Right now.
Oh.
I don't give a blue fuck. You're not crazy. It drives me to be lazy. I love you, you dummy. I love you, you dummy. Love has nobody. Nobody has long. I love you, you dummy. I love you, you dummy. Blues my guitar, major, painless and chipper, changer, real peach, but she's out of reach. I love you, you dummy. I love you, you dummy. Love has nobody. Nobody has love. I love you, you dummy. I love you, you dummy. Cooking the same goose, recipe of fiction. I'm chewing my own juice in another kitchen. I love you, you dummy. I love you, you dummy. Love has nobody. Nobody has love. I love you, you dummy. 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 Yeah. You think I'm a lame judge? I don't give a blue. I don't give two hoots. You're too big for your bossy boots. I love you, you dummy. 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 I love has nobody. Nobody has love.
change. I'm singing along. Change, Killing Joke. That was our post-punk off. We didn't have a punk off, we're going to post-punk. If it was getting a little bit kind of Radio 2 and kind of soft, we kind of blew that out of the water there, I hope. Change, Killing Joke, that was your suggestion, Wiggles.
It was indeed, yeah. I think that's probably, it was a double A side, obviously, with Requiem. Possibly the best underplayed double A side of all time. Because Requiem got all the plaudits, but...
fantastic tune, Change, though.
And then, of course, your magazine, possibly the best love song ever written.
And that's actually a Captain Beefheart cover, and we haven't done any Captain Beefheart yet, amazingly. I don't know how we've managed to avoid having the great Captain on so far. But you'd never know it was. The original doesn't... the lyrics are the same, and everything else is pretty different, to be honest. So it's an original interpretation that Howard Devoto and the boys put forward there. And
of course, Devoto's back with the Buzzcocks.
You're not going to tell your Pete Shelley story again.
No.
Listeners, all the shows are available on shoreditchradio.co.uk, and you can go back and have a listen to, I think it was lesson 2.
I think it was.
Mr. Wig, the football head there, his story about Pete Shelley. Well, let's just give the punchline. What's the punchline, Wig?
What does your cock taste of?
There you go. All right.
Not for me. Just make that clear.
Don't be embarrassed. So an April Fool's theme, kind of. What are we doing now? So what
was April Fool about? Killing Joke and...
Killing Joke.
Oh, yeah.
I love you big dummy.
Oh, yeah.
Joke, dummy,
and I
joke.
actually suggested that.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Shows and hangovers don't mix.
Any foolish escapades for you in recent months or even over the years?
Well, I can remember writing an April Fool's story years ago when I was at the BBC that got me into trouble on the sports desk, suggesting that Wolverhampton Wanderers had changed their all gold shirts into like black and white, the colours of West Bromwich Albion, or blue and white, whatever it is. And obviously it was an April Fool's joke, and I'm sure there was somebody called Mr. Lerpaloof or whatever who giving his opinion, but the Wolves fans didn't take it too kindly, and there was a massive outcry, switchboards jammed, all the rest of it, and got hauled over the coals for that. So I haven't really done any since then.
Well, I think you're very naughty.
Yes. Steady.
Ooh, I've done a few foolish things. You can't
believe it, Tony. No way.
I've actually managed to smash a wine glass over my own head. Twice.
What?
I've managed to do that.
What, the same glass?
No, that would be clever. And, there's loads of stupid things. Anyway.
No, come on. How did you manage to do that?
Just sort of sitting there going dung 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 dung. I'm sort of miming banging a wine glass against my. Let's not go into that.
God's sake.
Yeah, I know.
I wish I hadn't asked now.
Yeah, well,
I once somebody threw a pint glass at me on a bus, smashed, hit me head, smashed, and I didn't get cut at all. But anyway.
Yeah, well, that's the nature of Wig's head.
It is.
Yes. And of course, the other most famous foolish thing that I've ever done is.
Come on this radio station.
No, let's not talk about that. Well, getting locked into a bloody restaurant toilet and when everyone had gone home, that was pretty foolish. But
oh God, I remember that. Yeah.
That was a long time ago. But bursting out.
Not that long ago. Listeners.
Right. Let's have some more music, please.
Hang on, have we got Ship of Fools by Erasure then?
No, we haven't got Ship of Fools.
That's my guilty pleasure.
No, we're going to have another new song now. Another band that are playing on the 6th of April in the Dublin Castle. Sonic Rising.
Okay.
The band are called Sonic Rising.
Yeah.
The song is called Sonic Rising.
Oh, it's eponymous.
So let's have a Sonic Rising right now. And it's going to be followed by something that I think Sonic Rising have probably been listening to and have been influenced by someone, I would say.
Yes.
So Sonic Rising, Sonic Rising.
wash the sand. Look all the places we ain't been. See all the things that we ain't seen. Take me for a ride. Take me to the other side. Take me for a ride. Take me for a ride.
To the other side, the Spacemen 3 following Sonic Rising, who you can see, as I said, Dublin Castle, 6th of April.
I might come along to that, actually. I was very impressed with that.
Very impressed, yeah. Jesus, of course, famously rose again around this time of year, didn't he? And
did.
then he gave everyone chocolate eggs, didn't he? Something like that.
Believe so, yeah. But let's probably not go down that route.
Sonic Rising by Sonic Rising, funnily enough,
yeah,
it sounded like Pump It Up by Elvis Costello.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
RPM. Did you notice that? It
yeah,
really did.
very much
But not
so.
a bad thing. And Spacemen 3 on Glass Records, who also had the cravats, and was created by a great guy called Dave Barker, a great unsung hero of music. I was going to say alternative music, but music in the last 35 years. Teenage Fan Club, for instance.
Yeah,
so
not really a
I hope
fan
you're
of
listening,
theirs.
Dave. Oh, you're not? Oh, well, he's going to turn off now, isn't he? I was about to say, hello, Dave. But there you go.
Hello, Dave. You're my wife now. Sorry,
Dave.
Yeah.
But yeah, big up to Dave Barker. So foolish escapades in pop I've been thinking about. I had one. Well, obviously I've been putting gigs on for years. I used to live on a sort of Brookside type estate off Holloway Road, and obviously I sent out contracts from there. A band actually turned up to play in my house one day.
Wow.
I opened the door and there was a band. I mean, obviously it's like a sort of Brookside type scenario.
Yeah.
And they're going, "Where's the gig?" I mean, for God's sake, how foolish can you be? So that.
Well, the others used to do it on the tube train, didn't they? Remember they did a song called Stand Bowls? The others didn't really get that far. Guerrilla gigs.
Yeah,
well, I suppose the Libertines as well.
I like the others actually. They were good.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to them.
I prefer the others, to be honest.
I see what you're saying.
I don't.
I know a good foolish story.
Go on.
Shakin' Stevens. But apparently backstage at Top of the Pops back in the day was a hotbed of vice. And somebody gave Shakin' Stevens, how can I put this, a sort of oral present. And he had white trousers on.
Oh, no.
And he left this kind of globule.
Right.
Anyway,
yeah,
that's foolish. And what else is foolish? David Bowie meeting Doug Yule in 1972, fronting the Velvet Underground, thinking he was Lou Reed, and spending the whole night talking to him, thinking he was Lou Reed.
Yes.
pretty foolish, Ziggy.
That is pretty foolish.
Yeah.
I wish you'd asked me to come up with some, because I'm sure I would have done, but as you haven't.
I did, you bugger.
Did
Didn't
you?
I? Oh, you didn't read. Oh, we're having an argument.
I'm more
on air
interested in Sonic Rising. Are there any other bands?
Sorry, go on.
Are there any other bands that have the track title is the same as their name?
I can't think of any.
No, I can't, but there must be some. So if anyone knows, please
on the
tweet
Twitter
in.
feed, Chris _Charles.
Yes.
Or Bugbear Music @
See, the problem is, because I've hung over, I'll completely forget this conversation. I'll suddenly, next week, get all these random things, band names, and I think, what the hell?
What are they going on about?
Yeah.
And Facebook /Bugbear Promotions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, now what? Yeah, so, let's have another...
Record?
Yeah, no, actually, before we have another record,
Right.
before I drop the needle on another record,
Yeah.
here's another tweet I've actually just picked up this very minute.
Really? How spooky?
Peter of High Arts has been on,
Right.
and he says, and he uses capital letters here.
Ooh.
For the gig
Not a
on the
shouting
31st of
tweeter.
March, a gig I've mentioned on this show before at the Stag's Head in Hoxton,
Yeah.
the Bugbear Rock and Roll High School hop that we're having there. He says, come on down, rock and roll, DJs playing the sort of music to make babies to. And I like that, because isn't that the first rule of rock and roll? Plug it in and make it sound like you want to make babies.
Well, you certainly got to plug it in if you want to make babies. But
Or-
I don't know
or
if it's
if-
the first rule.
Of course, if in a same-sex relationship, make the kind of waves that would make babies were there a sperm and an egg involved. So, it's not,
Yeah,
this
no,
being-
just very PC and right on of you,
Well, of
Tony.
course it is, yeah. And, can the youngest children stop listening and go to bed, actually? So let's have a dance. It's April the 1st, and this is our April the 1st type jig. Here's two of the sort of tunes you'd hear down the Dublin Castle on a Friday or Saturday night when the likes of me and Jim Jams and Double Heavy and Wig, when he's allowed, you're going to say, aren't you?
Yeah, 1964, I think.
We'll
the
get
last
you in
time I was
soon.
allowed.
No, soon. Watch this space.
Okay.
All right. So here's two great tunes for jigging around to. Oldies but goodies, I think, is the vernacular.
Something inside starts to burn deep, and my heart's filled with fire. Could it be that I'm very sentimental, or is this just the way it's supposed to be? Got a heat wave burning in my heart. I can't keep from crying to tear me apart. Sometimes she calls my name, yeah, I can't explain. I feel this burning pain. This hot blood pressure got a hold on me. This is the way it's supposed to be. Got the heat wave burning in my heart. I can't keep from crying. You tear me apart. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Chance, this could be a new romance. Heat wave, heat wave, heat wave.
Oh, there's something on my mind. Won't somebody please tell me what's wrong? You just a fool, you know you're in love. What you say? You got to face it, to live in the sun. You take the good, sometimes you're happy, and sometimes you're sad. One more time, you know you love him, you can't understand why he treats you like he do, and he's such a good man. he do when he touches the man. Listen, without the man, I don't wanna live. You think I'm lying, but I'm telling you like it is. Got my nose open and that's no lie. And I'm gonna keep him satisfied. Now how come it's the blue? You know you're in love. Tell me how come you got to face it. To live it up. You got to good. Sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're sad. One more time, you know you love him. You can't understand why he treats you like he do when you're such a good man. Waves of action speak louder than words. The truest thing that I ever heard. I trust the man and all that he do. And I'll do anything he wants me to do. Now how come it's the blue? You know you're in love. Tell me one more time. You got to face it. You live it up. You got to good. Sometimes you're happy and sometimes you're sad. Tell me one more time. You know you love him. You can't understand why he treats you like he do when he touches the man.
The late Ike with Tina. He wasn't a fool, was he? He was a bit of a dickhead if all the stories to be believed.
Yeah, well, totally. I mean, fall in love. Maybe she was the fool, but then what can you do when you got a fucking arsehole like that mucking you around? But
Moon the Loon on drums before that with the Who's version of Heatwave. So there's a few lunatic April the 1st type foolish stories that can be associated there, I suppose, if we're threading this thing together desperately like we
Moon
are.
the Loon.
Moon the Loon. But anyway, let's move on because time is of the essence. And I wonder, do you know what's happened to the errant art master, Mr. Jim, this week?
No,
he's not here again. I noticed.
No, I think he's staying in with her indoors and Captain Mandarin's wife again.
He's a one.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Actually, what I've noticed, Mr. Jim's been up to this week because he's been full of the joys of spring.
Yeah.
In fact, he took some of the girls. He took some of the girls from the upper sixth out to paint spring blooms in the fields.
Oh, really?
At the back of the school orchard.
Oh,
yeah.
matron.
You know where they have that access to the meadow there. There's that low stile.
Oh yeah.
Well, Jim got his leg over there.
Yeah.
With easel, and then him and the girls got to work from various angles. So he knocked off quite a few before lunch. They produced a lovely representation of spring blooms, narcissus, daffodils. And then one of the girls got her tulips just so the way she went at it, it was going to. You knew it was going to come good, and you could even see the little flurries of seed.
Yeah.
And Mr. Jim, he ended up wiping his large stiff sable on some foliage and getting down on all fours to better enjoy nuzzling around in the warm, dank earth in search of a sweet, rare orchid.
Really?
Yeah, mouth-watering stuff, I think you'll agree.
Yeah.
So fantastic artful endeavours of Mr. Jim. Reg Cox come... Will this do? Captain Mandarin's wife of Bugbear.
You're struggling a bit there, Finbar Saunders. I mean, Tony.
Benny Hill, where are you now? Okay, so last call for Bugbear's Rock and Roll High School hop at the Stag's Head on the 31st of March. This is a band called Barrington. They've come in at late notice to headline, and they are fantastic. And it's going to be followed by something very similar. This is Barrington and Pet Gazelles. Robert Fripp there. You'd struggle to call him foolish, of course, although he's married to Toyah, who I think Jim Indoors here remembers as someone who used to throw stones at him in his back garden. And Toyah's folly, she wears her amputated toe around her neck.
Oh, for
so there you go.
Sake.
But Barrington, first of all, sort of the Rough Trade and the Times and all sorts of people are banging on about them. So come and see them on the 31st.
Pet gazelles. What's that all about?
Pet gazelles. I have
where would you keep a pet gazelle?
Idea, but it's a quirky instrumental sort of zapper for indie kids, I suppose you could say.
You wouldn't want to let a pet gazelle off the leash. You'd never see it again, would you?
I see what you're saying. Okay, so we're kind of squeezing them in now because time is running out, and we want to play you two more new bands. This is, that's the purpose of the show, really.
Oh,
so mind your microphone again, Wig. Inserting that there. I say. So, Kings of the City is the first. Did you like Kings of the City?
I really like Kings of the City.
Yeah, we're going to play you a bit of sort of hip hop.
It's the best hip hop rock crossover. Yeah, exactly. Since it was I forgot the Gallows and Lethal Bizzle.
Oh, Lethal Bizzle, yeah.
Did it's one you didn't like? Did a cover of the Ruts.
Okay.
Okay.
No, we got to move on. I'm sorry.
No,
sorry about this,
fine.
listener. Kings of the City, Makes Me Worse is the first song here. You can see them April 11th, Dublin Castle. www.wegottickets for tickets. Come down on the door. Bugbear Promotions, bugbearbookings.com, shoreditchradio.co.uk, hosting us fantastically well as usual. Go to their page. All the shows are archived there. There's loads of other great shows as well. So we're going to play out now with Kings of the City, Make Me Wrong, and then a band called Varroa from Ireland. What did you think of Varroa before we play them? Quickly.
Bjork,
but... but
Bjork. No. Bjork meets Eve Libertine from Crass for older listeners.
It's fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
Listen to these two. You can see Varroa on April the 7th in the Hope and Anchor. Yes, the world famous Hope and Anchor in Upper Street, Islington. Here's two great tunes. Poison by Varroa. Before that, Makes Me Wrong by Kings of the City. We're playing out. Goodbye.
Mother, there's a side to me you don't know, different to the child with the smile in your photos. Made some decisions, some wrong, some right. Now strangers call my number when I'm sleeping at night. But they're sinners too, and they'll only make me worse. Don't let me go and roll away like a penny down the hole in the road.
Like a fallen angel, I seek refuge in the valley of lonesome souls with tales told of those taken from those of broken homes. I smoke the chung while my heart bleeds burgundy, stuck in the title page, still yearning to turn the sheet, observing the worst to see. This book of lies got me shook of lies, still picturing crooked ties. I must have mistook for right, getting nicked again and again. Whether the venom is pain, it's several levels in head, but for some reason I'm several levels ahead of these sheep and cattle wannabes street and battle. But many die in war, that's a fact. In the pursuit of glory, men will attack intact, no looking back, bang. That's the sound of the cell door slam. In the cell is where they wanna dwell more, man. Criminal antics with villains that bang clips and nang whips, no bang sips and bang whips. There's so much food.
Mother, there's a side to me you don't know, different to the child with the smile in your photos. Made some decisions, some wrong, some right. Now strangers call my number when I'm sleeping at night. But they're sinners too, and they'll only make me worse. Don't let me go, I roll away like a penny down a hole in the road.
Bumped into the devil up at the crossroads, searching for lost souls, picking them up in bulk like Costco's. And whoever's written my life movie done gave me some plot holes, but made me sharp enough so I clocked those. The times it was too late, the penny just dropped slow. When people are scared when they shoot the sheriff, but not when they shot O's. And that's how far you go to cop those designer jeans. And it's a no-brainer when you got these mindless needs. You mixing the anger inside these teens with no parental guidance in the script. All you get is violent scenes in the community. Want them to hear opportunity, not they can't even see the opportunity. Ain't got the eyes for it, but got the hunger into destruction, they might pour it. They can't afford the cost, but who's paying the price for it? And is it all worth it? Cause at the end of the day, nobody's all perfect.
Mother, there's a side to me you don't know, different to the child with the smile in your photos. Made some decisions, some wrong, some right. Now strangers call my number when I'm sleeping at night. But they're sinners too, and they'll only
been waiting now for all of my skies to fall. Forget all those stars that I have wished upon, because hope was a thing that flew right from me when I sold my soul to that man that made me nervous, made me lose my self-control. And sometimes I could argue with you over truth, and sometimes I could argue green as blue. But what starts this fire in us? What burns desire in us? Why am I my own worst enemy? And why do we do those things we do? Cut me down with your poison so I am less than impure. Are you teasing? Are you dangerous? 'Cause I'm not sure. And that hope was a thing that flew right from me when I sold my soul to that